so cute. Look at my pup. Look at my pup. She's the cutest thing in the world. It's okay you're seeing my mess because you're also seeing my pup. And she's the only thing that matters. You're my baby. So, Rainbow, we're going to have an interview, okay? Mama's going to interview, okay? So, we're going to talk about your jealousy problem. Are you jealous of mommy? Yes. So, Rainbow has two indications. Oh, you're going to eat me? Okay, thank you. Of indications of when mommy's going to take her outside. One is because of COVID. Now, every time mommy puts pants on, Rainbow thinks she gets to go for a walk. I don't know how that got in your head, but she gets really excited when I put pants on. It's really cute. What are you smelling in there? There ain't nothing in there for you. She's very inappropriate. And the other thing is when I kiss my husband, she gets jealous first, and then she gets excited because she thinks I'm kissing him goodbye, which means she gets to go with me. Yes? You got excited? Yes? You going to be in this video? You going to do makeup? You want to do makeup? Yeah? Maybe? Maybe? Oh, she's so cute. Anyway, that's my Rainbow. Oh, look at that. Oh, see, all it took was putting a pup on there, and everybody's like, I want to watch this video. She's so cute. That's my Rainbow girl. So Rainbow is a Haitian dog. Great chest. All right, thanks. But I'm telling you, my chest doesn't have anything on my husband's chest. You should see his chest. That would really make you excited. That was a joke. Yeah, so Rainbow's from Haiti. When I lived in Haiti, she appeared outside my garden. I have like flyaways. I always have flyaways. Yeah, so she then came with us to the Dominican Republic from Haiti, and then she came here to the U.S. So she's my international globetrotting dog, along with my husband, who also made that same journey. So we got some fun stuff to talk about. She's so cute. She's like my little bud. She needs a kitty. She really wants a kitty. She's lonely here, and she gets bored. And then she's like, Mommy, play with me. And then I'm like working, and then I can't play with her. And then my husband's like, why do you have to take her to the dog park every day? I'm like, because if not, she'll never let me work. She'll never let me get anything done. So anyway, she's running around. She's chasing stuff. She's fine. So I'm going to show you guys some stuff, which is what I normally do around here. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And I didn't catch everybody that came in, but it's great to see you guys. Let's start out first with what I'm wearing. This guy came from, I think I got this from Kohl's, my husband's new favorite place to shop. He loves Kohl's apparently because he discovered that you can get designer stuff and then nothing's like the regular price, right? So you go to Kohl's and like the price is like $60, but then it's always like half of that or something like that. So he's always excited because he always gets surprised at how cheap it is. So hi, hello everyone. So glad to see you. So I'm glad to be back on a Sunday. I was gone for a while and then I was sick, all sorts of stuff. But hey, we're back. We're good. I almost have my voice back. Yay. It's convenient since I'm a voice teacher. All right. So I'm going to show you the last couple of palettes I did, but I'm going to show you my eye look so you can see. I'm doing some pastel-y stuff. So what I'm trying to do, the way that I go through my eyeshadow palettes, because I've got a lot of them now. I've acquired them pretty quickly and faster that I can use them. But I'm trying to help that. And I'm also trying to make sure that I don't just use them once and then put them away and forget them. So I go through and I use a palette for 3 days. And then I post those 3 looks on my Instagram. Doesn't matter. They might be horrible. They might have turned out really wonky, whatever. I might be crooked. Whatever. It's all good. And then I go on to another palette, right? So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to rotate. So I'm using an old palette that I've already used so that I'm rotating it through. And then I try to use a new, like a brand new, more relevant palette. And then try to use a newer one that is new to me, but not necessarily as relevant. So this was the one I used last time. Yeah, that really helps, I think, too. I mean, because if you're going to buy makeup, it's the same thing with perfume. I have a ton of perfume. Actually, a lot of my perfume is still in Haiti. I got to see if I can get that at some point, but, you know, priorities, right? And so this is a palette that I used for 3 days. It's a fun palette. I thought for a minute it was going to be my favorite purple palette because it really does have some, I mean, this is like a purple blue, and then this is such a beautiful, what's this color? Somebody help me out. Lavender, it's the right sort of thing. You've got a mauve, and then this is like a berry purple, and then this is a true purple. But this one is actually, this one doesn't really perform that well. Sadly, you know, when I swatch it, it's a little bit light. You really have to dig into it. And then I feel like you have to build it up quite a bit. That's all I'm getting. So that's not a very exciting color to me, unfortunately, because I think this could have been a favorite. The other problem with this is this green really doesn't have much pigment. You know, it just doesn't show up. It doesn't do a whole lot. That's what it looks like. You see when it's I swatch it. Sorry, IG, I kind of went off screen for you because I was looking at YouTube. That's it. So there's really not much. Let me see if I can build that up a little bit just to be fair. This was my first time using Metamorphosis, and I really wanted to love this. I know it's an indie brand, you know, owned by a independent. I think it's just a one woman show, and I love that sort of thing. Here's the blue. The blue shows up a little bit better. But it just didn't perform as well as I would like. So I was a little bummed with this, but I'm hoping I have 2 more from them. So I'm hoping the other ones will work a little bit better. But this is a newer one that just came out. So I used this. And then the last one that I used, including what's mostly on my eyes, and I can show you what else is there, is the Aura and Out. You can't see that, sorry, because my ring light. But this is the Aura and Out. Here you can kind of see it. From ColourPop. And this was their tie-dye inspired. I love color, but I'm learning that not all color is created equal when it comes to makeup. And so I don't know that most pastels are really me. And that, you know, that includes these. They're kind of the same thing, but I'm going to actually compare this blue and this green. There's the ones from ColourPop. There's the blue and the green. I'm going to swatch these again from the Metamorphosis. So here's the blue. What do you got to say, Rainbow? You got something to say? I'm really kind of digging into theirs too. You see how, like, I mean, huge difference, right? Big difference there. And ColourPop is a pretty consistent. They're not the best, but they're pretty consistent. I'm going to swatch these so you can kind of see. Well, the green kind of disappeared on me, but the blue is way darker than this blue here. But even the green is more than this green here, right? So there's a big difference there. Yeah, pastels they just kind of disappear. I feel like for pastels, you either have to be really light so that, you know, you're so light that really light so that the pastel shows up on you, and have light eyes. See, I have dark features, even though my skin is not super dark. But either that, or you have to be darker so that it contrasts. But if you're too dark, then it sometimes can look a little bit ashy too. So anyway, the first time I used these, didn't like really what I came up with, even though in theory, I love this color story. So I tried it again. Last time I did 5 looks this time, and you can go back on my IG and see the 5 looks I did the first time. And then that's a few months ago. And then I pulled it in again and did 3 looks, including the one that I've got on my eyes. But I did add a couple things. I'll show you. Let me see if I can get them in here. I just kind of threw everything back in the bin on my way out to church this morning. So the thing that actually really made these work pretty well, first of all, I've been using this guy, this primer, eye primer. And I think this really helps with the pastels. So this is from LA Girl, and it is the HD High Definition Eyeshadow Primer. It is a pencil. It goes on just like this. There, did you see that? So it's really pigmented, really white, and then I just tap it out. So I put it on my eye and then just kind of tap it out, and you know, I just kind of rub it all over my eye. So tap it out so that it's smooth. But you can put it as thick as you want, and it could be a really white base if you wanted it. But I usually tap it out about like that. But that seems to help a little bit. It has a little bit of stickiness before it's set, so if you go right in with it, it does help the colors to kind of show up a little bit more. But this is another little trick that I found. I got this from AOA Studio. I showed this in my Shop Miss A haul. And this is a, it's called the Neon Buttercream Gel Liner in Shadow. And this is just a little pot here. It is a matte yellow. That's what it looks like. It kind of, you know, just looks chunky and not real attractive. But if you tap it on, let's see where I can do this where I don't have another color. Right here, if I just tap it on, it actually is pretty pigmented. I mean, look at that. And then what I did is I just went in right over the top with these. And it really pulled out. Yeah, it's kind of like the P. Louise, right? Exactly. It's kind of like that, but this is $1. And they have a few different colors. And because I wouldn't normally use, I mean, I want a variety of colors more than I want the P. Louise formula. Even though I'm sure the formula is great, I haven't used it before, but you know, I feel like I could get all of the colors of this for $1 a piece and be happy. And then when they dry up, I can replace them and it's still only $1. So, but on my eye today, I did kind of blur out a little bit. I used the darker orangey yellow on the inside and then used that lighter blue out here. But then I cheated. I admit I cheated. And I used this guy, another AOA Studio find. This is the Wonder Baked Eyeshadow in Gatsby. So this is a really pretty blue, like kind of a steely blue, like that. So kind of a grayish blue. So I really, I like this just kind of tapped over the top of it too. So yeah, I don't have a lot of cream shadows. I probably need to get some more of them, but I think I'm gonna probably end up getting all of the AOA Studio ones first because they're just so cheap, and why not? And then I can grab a couple more if there's colors that I don't have, and then try out some other. I do want to try P. Louise. I haven't gotten there. You know, that's on my to-do list because I'm like, which color do I want to try? Which one am I going to use the most? I'm thinking, well, maybe black. But I wouldn't really probably use black until, you know, maybe the fall as much. So then I'm like, well, maybe like a purple because I like purple a lot. But then I'm like, but I have shadow. I don't know. I haven't decided. So I just haven't gotten anything from P. Louise. So if in doubt, get nothing. So I put this on my stories and I was really traumatized. And I actually checked several times. I need to check again. But Juvia's Place put an ad, or has an ad currently on IG that says the Tribe palette is now being discontinued and get the last one and it's on sale, blah, 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 blah. And you go to their site and it's out of stock and you can't find it anywhere. Does anybody have any input, any ideas of where I can get that palette? Because I really want to get that palette. It is being discontinued. My heart is breaking as we speak. Thoughts, concerns, issues? No, I mean, anybody? I mean, like I said, I would be willing to buy a used one at this point just because I really want it. I just scrape off the top layer and use it as that. It's all good. Yeah, because I don't want that. Oh, you have the Tribe. Oh, I'm so sad you have the Tribe. I mean, I'm happy for you that you have the Tribe. But I'm sad for me that I don't have the Tribe. It looks like such a beautiful green palette. Just such a springy, pretty, not even springy. It might even be like a great fall palette. So I was really traumatized, but I'm trying to scoop up all the rest of the Juvia's. Beauty Bay. Okay. I'll try Beauty Bay because I don't think I tried them, but I will check them out. And Beautylish. Okay. So, yeah, I really want to get that palette, but I will check those two and see if it's available. This is the one I just got. So last week there was a sale on Ulta, and dang you beauty influencers who have more pull than I do. You can't have too many Juvia's palettes. There's a stack of Juvia's palettes right there. You see them? That's most of what they have offered right now. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I've got most of what they have, but there are a few that I don't. And I'm trying to grab those because I know I missed out on Deuce. Oh, I love that palette. And every time somebody posts it, I get a little angry and resentful in my heart because I don't have it and they do. Yeah, the minis are really good. I mean, the thing with the minis, bonsoir. The thing with the minis is that they are, you're paying $10 for 4. So basically for 16 shades, you're paying $40. That's on the expensive side, right? Because I can get something like this, 16 shades here, for 15 or less. And these are outstanding. By the way, we'll talk about this in a second because I can't stop talking about these palettes. And so I'm like, well, they're still expensive, but I just love Juvia's Place. So I can't help not buying it. So anytime they come out with something new, I'm going to get it. And now it's like I'm outside of the palettes too, and I'm getting the other stuff because I love their lippies. I was wearing a gloss, but it went away. I can wear another one. This one's sitting right here. I love these glosses. They're so good. The lipsticks are fantastic. I haven't tried their liquid lipsticks. Are they drying? Because I have I hate the, cat butthole lip thing. I detest that. I don't know. Do you guys have their lippies? Because I would like to try them. I tried the color stick, but that's just a little oily on my skin now in the summer. You see how, I mean, I was matte this morning. So much for that. Look at this. So anyway, and of course I didn't touch up because, who's got time for that? I'm only doing a video on makeup. Why would I actually make sure my makeup looks good? But I was playing with my dog, so you can't judge me. Well, you can judge me. It's okay. I don't mind if you judge me. I'm totally cool with that because I'll just turn around and judge you too. So there. Yeah. Anyway, so I got this Zulu by Juvia's because it was on sale. It was the only one that they had on sale that I really wanted, and yeah, it's such a pretty, bright Eastery sort of spring color. So I'm finding I really like the bright colors, but I'm also finding I like the dark, impactful, almost dingy colors. But yeah, I really do like these that are almost like primary color sort of thing. Really enjoy it. So yeah, this is a great palette. This is my newest Juvia's Place. And then when I got that, because of the sale price, it went below the $15, and I got to get my $3.50 off. Plus, you guys know that you use Rakuten or whatever it's called, the Rakuten, right? A plug-in or app. Yeah. And use that, and you get 3% off, or sometimes Ulta has 10% off. This was 3%, but that's still, you get more money off. I added this with it because this has been recommended, and it was only like $3 or $4. This is the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in Silky Nude. And so this is like a really, basically a flesh tone sort of color right here. Kind of a nice waterline color. So are you guys seeing people are out there telling us to stop putting things in our water lines? Like doctors are like, stop putting stuff in your water line. I don't know. Should we listen to them or not? I think I don't trust doctors. Most doctors have an agenda to keep you sick. That's coming from somebody with PCOS who has seen the worst of the worst with doctors. So I don't know. The Black Extreme Lasting Liner. Is that this one? Oh yeah, Extreme Lasting. Okay. I have not used the black one. Only this one. I haven't used any one of these. Hi, Fluffy Smiles. She's always here. Always joins. Says hello. So yes, this is the only one I've used, but I'll have to try the black one. The thing is, I've got a bunch of black liners right now, and then I'm like, I don't need all these. What are some ideas I can use on hooded, aging eyes? You see, I kind of did a little bit of a backwards cat eye today. Not a whole lot. But what are ways that I can use all my black liners? I've got like 3 or 4 of them in here. I mean, gel liners. Here's one from number 7. This is actually more of a gray. This is not, yeah, a lot of things don't stay in my waterline, but some things do. So this one's a gel too, right? Yes, this one's gel. This is a Lottie London that I got out of Ipsy, I think. This is the Essence Smoky Eye. This is actually just a dark purple amethyst, but it's, you know, pretty dark. I've got a 1 size in brown. I swear I had a, oh, here it is. Tint. I have this in black. So I've got 3 gel black liners. I don't really want to get any more right now until I use these, but I haven't been impressed with those. So, nah, whatever. Yeah, the thing is, I've been really bad about lip liners too, but then Juvia's Place came along. Speaking of Juvia's Place, this is my very first Juvia's Place lip liner, and the first lip liner that I went, oh my gosh, that's amazing. This is really, really good. This one is in Love Me. It is this gorgeous pinky mauve sort of color here. Really gorgeous color, perfect for me. It's just on the pink side, which is great because my coloring is pink. So it's just like a little bit better than my skin, my natural color. So I really like it. So I haven't, but before that, I haven't really used lip liners. I don't really like lip colors don't really bleed on me. I use a lot of glosses, which, you know, whatever. I mean, I don't really care that. I don't put that much focus on my lips. I do like lip products. I have a ton of them, but yeah, I haven't. Wet n Wild gel lip liners. Yeah, I haven't really used those either. So I don't know. Huh? Yeah, it's okay. He's gonna run the microwave, so excuse him while he's heating up lunch. It happens. But yeah, I need to figure out like ways that I can use those dark gel liners, because, you know, you see I have hooded eyes, very, very hooded eyes. If I look at you like this, like there's no lid at all, mobile lid. And then I'm aging. I mean, I still think I look pretty good for my age, but there are some lines along here, so I don't put a lot on the lower lash line, and I don't have extremely large eyes anyhow. Plus, because I wear glasses and I'm nearsighted, it kind of makes my eyes a little bit smaller. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to use up the gel liners, the black gel liners, besides just like putting them all over my eyes and making my eyes look really heavy, which I'm not really into that look. But I have to remind myself to try to use them. At least try. Otherwise, maybe I'll pass them on to a niece. I don't know. We'll see. And then get the ones that I really want. I do like the number 7, but it's just more gray, which I kind of like because I love gray. I think gray is so beautiful on so many different people, and I think it's so underrated. So, all right. Let's talk about the last. I think I have 9 palettes. I don't think this Magic Mini palette was in 53. Yay, great. Yay. You're moving. You're still being beautiful in your 50s. That's great. I will be there in a few years. I'm not there yet, but I'm hot on your heels. So, but yeah, this is the W7 liquid liner. Is it black? Do you use a black one, or do you use, because that's one you get from Amazon, right? Or you can get it at other places too, but that's like the dupe brand. Or do you use the colored liquid liners? I don't know. So this one, I don't think I actually had this last month. So because I cheated a little bit and I put an extra little thing in there for a couple of days. So I think I only have 9 from last month. Usually I have 10 because I do 1 every 3 days, right? But I don't know. So we're going to kind of, I mean, I'm not even sure about ranking. Ranking is hard. Ranking is hard. I'm gonna tell you what my top 3 are. These are my top 3, and I'm gonna tell you why. So let's just take this one because it's the little one. The Magic Mini. TJ Maxx. Oh, W7. Okay. I don't think I've seen that at TJ Maxx. Okay. Yeah, the Magic Mini, this is a great palette. This is a really good colorful palette. There is the one color in here that's a little bit of a dud, and that's the Aja. This green here just doesn't swatch out really like the others. I mean, these two here, even though they swatch a little dry, they're just so much better. Let me find a place that doesn't have some pastel on it. It's just kind of a nondescript, dirty color. It's not really green. I mean, it is green, but it's not really green and it's not really black. I think that the problem is me. I don't think the problem is the palette, because my skin tone is not the skin tone that it was made for. And I'm totally okay with that. I am not one of these people that's like, you need to be more inclusive. Instead, I say, you know what? If this is what you shine at, you do this. And the people who want this palette will buy it, including me, who it's not necessarily made for, but I'm okay with bright colors. So yeah, I'm not PC. Anyway, all right, Kaleidos. This is one of the palettes that I used, and I love their formula. I love their formula. I love their formula. I also love their color stories. Their mattes are fantastic. Their shimmers are even better. I have the Club Nebula, and I am struggling with that one because I think it's a little overrated. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I've said this to a couple people and I feel like they're like, well, she's just a hater. No, I don't. That's not what it is. I really was excited about that. And in fact, that's why I have this one, because I waited for the Club Nebula. And then when that came on sale, I was like, well, I may as well grab these 3 minis. And then I did. But now the minis I like them better. Now the Club Nebula, the formula is fantastic. I cannot fault it. I just think the color story, there's these dingy dark colors that kind of just become muddy unless you are really specific with your placement. And then there's a couple of bright colors, which, you know, you can kind of use them to blend out, but there's really only a couple directions you can go. And then the real star would be the shimmers. But the problem with the shimmers is that they're kind of all the same. Like they're all those like baseless translucent toppers, so they don't have any color to them. And I understand the value of that, but they just don't look that different. Am I crazy? 3 looks, 1 palette. Yeah, I've done some looks with it, and I need to get back into it just so that I will probably in the next month or so be going through that one again. I'm curious if it's just me, if I just didn't figure out how to use it. I'm actually curious about how it's going to be in the fall when I'm more into the darker, grungy, dingy sort of looks, because I think it might really lend itself that way. But I think that there was so much hype, and I think it was such a unique color story at the time. But now so many other things have come out that have somewhat similar color stories. So I'm like, you know, I think y'all don't like it as much as you think you do. I don't know. But this color story can't be beat. This is so pretty. I love the teal with the orange. This brown here I think is a perfect shade to just kind of blend things out, deepen things up if you want. You can use it as a crease shade and then just really sheer it out. And then these 2 shimmers are just fantastic. There's so many. I think there's more looks you can do with this palette than there are with the Club Nebula. But then again, I could be crazy. I probably am. But this is definitely one of my top. The other 2, the LA Girl VIP, I can't stop talking about these 16 pan palettes. These are so incredibly good. The mattes are like butter. They're just so smooth. Look at that. I mean, this is basically a just slightly darker than skin tone peachy color. And then that yellow. They're just smooth and beautiful. They are definitely buildable. Let me put another swipe on each of these so you can kind of, sorry, I'm doing this in a weird place, but you can see how bright those get. Really gorgeous. Those are 2 of the lighter ones. Let me go to a darker one. Actually, I'll grab these 2 darker ones. So there's the brown and the berry sort of color. So there's 1 swipe. And like I said, they're buildable. So they're very usable that way. They're not overly pigmented. I know people are like, this is so pigmented, as if pigmented is the end all, but that's really not necessarily what you want for a usable palette. Sometimes you just want a really solid, non-dusty, buildable formula, and that's exactly what these are. They build really well together. Those are all mattes. Their shimmers, though, just kill you. Absolutely. I'm only going to do a couple of these. Otherwise, I'll sit here and just watch this whole thing. So here, look. You see that? Oh my gosh. Killing me. All right, let me do this real time. Do you see that? That's a, I don't have to say anything. Do you actually see that? I'm trying to get this so it's not being washed out by that light. But yeah, I mean, this is just a brilliant yellowy gold. And then this one, this is actually one, these arrived a little bit scrambled. So I just had to, I put a couple of drops of alcohol in and I just pressed them back. And they're not pretty, but hey, they do the trick. And they are fantastic. But that formula, I have had a few of these because I got them all. I've got a few of them that have arrived crushed. Not crushed, but just broken a little bit. Just this formula, this type of extremely foiled metallic. This would be my favorite if there was a little more variety in the color story. The formula is, you cannot beat this formula. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. And this is, you can get these right now, or you could last week for like 11 bucks on Ulta. Now they're like 15, but who cares? Because then you can get the $3.50 off coupon anyhow. So then they're like 11 bucks or 12 bucks or whatever. The last of the ones that I think are really, really exceptional. Oh, I'll show you the front. Norvina. This is my first one and only Norvina. I do have another ABH, which is the, I forgot. It's the one that everybody has. That I got from Boxy, I think a couple months ago. This is beautiful. Do you see how gorgeous that is? Oh, okay, so this one would have to be at the top just because the color story, there's so much color in this. There is a little repetitiveness. For example, these two greens here, this one and this one, are close enough that you kind of don't need both of them. There's also, like, with these purples, like this one and this one and this one. I mean, I think it would be okay to have this one and this one. I don't think this one is necessary because it's right in the middle. These browns, this one, this one, this one, they're just really similar. So I think they could have done a better job with that. But, you know, I'm just going to take a couple of swatches off of this. These blues, let me grab this one and then I'll grab a matte. So there's the shimmers and then this matte. They're so pretty. They're just, and it performs super well. Really, really pigmented. Kind of is a combination of those other two palettes, but it's just, I mean, it's a huge palette, so that's why. I don't mind a big palette. I know a lot of people like smaller ones. I do like, you know, that convenience of having a smaller one, but yeah. The new Norvina, yep, I am jealous of you because I want that one for sure because, you know, I'm crazy about purple and pink. Love me some purple and pink. Definitely want that. Maybe my husband will buy it for me for my birthday. It's either that or a cat, and he doesn't want to give me a cat, so maybe he'll have to buy me the Norvina 5. That'll be the compromise. You can pay for $60 for this palette, or you can get me a kitty cat. He's listening right now. He's trying not to listen. He's pretending he's not listening. All right, the other ones that I have, I'm going to show you the ones that okay, I'm going to give you the really, really good ones. And this one is really good, but just in its own way. Okay, so this is a heck of a palette. This one got a little bit crushed too because I dropped it. I know I need it. I know I need it. I also need a cat. We're going to fight after this because he's going to be like, why are you talking about that? This palette is so good. This is the Violet Voss Limeade palette. Violet Voss, do not sleep on this company. These are 3 cats and 186 pellets. See, I don't feel so bad. I've only got a dog and maybe 50, 60, 70 pellets. I don't know. Okay, Violet Voss Limeade. I'm just grabbing, let me just grab 4 because I've got 4 fingers conveniently here. Look at those. Do you see? I mean, I know you see because you're looking at this, but where do I put these? Put them right here. Oh, they perform so well. This is a matte, that pink one. Everything else in here except the pink and the red are matte. The red one is like that diamond shadow with has a little bit of flex in it. You have a few Violet Voss palettes. Are they all this good? Is the formula consistent? I really want their purple one. What is it? I forgot what it's called, but they have a purple one. I really want it because I need all the purple palettes in my life. Thank you very much. This is a really, really good colorful palette. It is super, super solid. But yeah, I'm really curious if the other ones are as consistent of quality as this one. This is the first one I've tried. I think I have one more from Violet Voss, I think. I'm not sure, but I'm really impressed with that. So I've got to dig it out and see if I have another one. Then I use this one, and you can't go wrong with these. Elf Bite Size. This is the Very Bad. Yeah, you can't go wrong with these. I am not a super neutral sort of chick, but they're just solid. These are just solid for being $3 or whatever. I mean, you have that like one, light blend out shade. They're just, I mean, if berries are your thing, sorry, I wipe my swatches off right away because I don't like to get swatches on my clothes. And I'm messy, so I know I'm going to rub my arms up against my dress and whatnot. But yeah, these are so good. They're just super, super great. The hot jalapeno is beautiful. I will be pulling out that one out for fall. I have all of them. I have used them all, but I haven't really dug into them. And then this is the other one that I think is just super, really solid. I brought this on our little trip because it's such a convenient little travel size. Ain't it cute? And I have, this is the deux, and the trois is coming to me, which I'm really excited about. So this is the Viseart Petit Pour Deux, right? My husband's going to laugh at me because he knows more French than I do, but that's okay. It is so cute. It's so cute. And it's just such a great performer. They're just, the color story is not, it's just perfect. It's a color story that you can appreciate if you like colorful stuff, and you can appreciate if you like neutral stuff. I think everybody can really use this. It's half matte, half shimmer, and it's just got a couple pops, and then the rest of it is just really basic wearable stuff. Very good. I think Viseart maybe is a little overrated as far as the price. I think the price is just, for it being, like this is what, $30, $40 or something like that, retail price. I think that's kind of silly, but I do really like that one. I think it's really good. Now, the last 3, I really like these, and I know I'm not really rating these. I'm just kind of giving you like my grouping. Oh, the Koi. I did not. I don't remember. I don't remember that one. I think I've seen it, but I don't remember what it looks like. But yeah, I mean they're pretty. So this one actually really surprised me. This is Essence. I'm with the band. This is discontinued. You can sometimes find these at TJ Maxx. There's also another one that's like all fairy pastel-y sort of colors. This is the like grungy purple one, and this really brings me back to the 90s and 2000s. Even the quality and the style of these shimmers, where they're not really very shimmery, they just have a little reflect in them. That one has some of the dark color across from it. All right, I'll just show you. They're a nice, excuse me. They're a really pretty grungy, neutral CVS? Really? They're at CVS still? I thought it was all discontinued. This is definitely what you would call buildable. So they're not super pigmented, but I actually really like this. Sorry, I'm going to grab a cough drop here and a little bit of water so that I don't cough all over you guys and give you virtual COVID. I don't have COVID. I have bronchitis. But yeah, so this is actually, I really like it as a nice grungy palette, and it really is like going back to the 2000s or 90s, back to my childhood. Okay, I wasn't a child in the 2000s. I was an adult, but I was in the 90s, in the early 90s. It's a good palette. It's not one that I would say, oh, you got to go out and get this, but I just find it fun because it's just so different than the rest. And yeah, allergies, that'll do it. I don't really have a problem with allergies, but I do have chronic bronchitis. So this happens to me at least a couple times a year, almost without fail, except when I lived in the Caribbean, I didn't really have a problem. Well, I did get sick for the first couple of years, but then I didn't really have a lot of problem. I think maybe once in the last year I was down there. But now I'm back in Minnesota. So welcome to the world of lung issues. Okay. This is one of my two now Huda Beauty. It's purple. Had to have it. It's purple. Got it for like $12 from the Boxy add-ons. Oh, guys, so I canceled Boxy. And then they come out and say that in the Boxy, whatever the big one is, Luxe, that they're supposed to have, what is it? What is the brand that they're supposed to have coming out? Anyway, they're supposed to have the, oh, come on. This beauty, you know what it is. You know what it is. They're supposed to have this brand coming out that everybody's talking about. It's right. It starts with a B. Does it start with a B? Maybe that's why I'm getting it wrong, because it doesn't start with a B. But anyway. So yeah, now I'm like, well, maybe I have to like re-sign up again just to get that. But then I'm like, do I really need it? But I do kind of really want, and I want to try. I haven't tried this brand, so I don't know. Yeah, so you know what they're, who is it that they did the spoiler on for next month on the Luxe? Who is it that they're, well, I mean, what brand are they like, I don't know if it's a takeover or if it's just like, you know, a lot of, but those palettes, that purpley palette, I really want. This is nice. This is one of the nicer pastel, partially because it's purple, but also I think there is a pretty nice mix. These two, you didn't need to have both of these. I mean, there's not very many skin tones where these are going to look different. I do think that the purples are pretty, the purple mattes are pretty nice, you know, nicely separated for being pastels. The shimmers, this one is different than the other ones, of course. But these three here, kind of as shimmers, come off really similar. You see how similar those are, right? That's the three purpley shimmers. That's really similar. Let me swatch these on here. So let me find a place that's somewhat clean. You can't, I mean, there's not that much difference there. I think they could have done something else. I mean, there is definitely a difference. One is more gold, one is more purple, one is more pink. But I'm just like, it's okay. And for what I paid, yes. But for the retail price, if you want the Huda name, fine. Last but not least, and I do mean that last but not least, this is the Glam Shop Zakolorum something or other. Clearly, I don't speak Polish. This is a beautiful palette. Glam Shop is fantastic. The only reason that this would have scored less is basically the color story. These are pretty neutral. These mattes here. This one is the only one that has any sort of color to it. I mean, like, you know, non-neutral. And then these These are really nice, but I feel like maybe the orange and the yellow maybe were not necessary. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? These are all the shimmers. I'm running out of clean skin. I'll have to start doing like Tati and just putting it all over me. But then I'd have to like wear a lower neckline, and then I'd really have the creepers around here. Um, did you get in on the first guy that was like, nice chest? And I was like, yeah, but if you think mine's cute, you should see my husband's. Um, those are really pretty shimmers. Glam Shop does such a good job with shimmers. So this is a beautiful palette, but it's just not one that I will go to that much just because of the color story. Only that. But this is really beautiful. And I think that this is perfect for like spring or summer. So that's basically, it's not a ranking. Is that false advertising? Clickbait? No, I didn't really do a ranking, but I did kind of tell you which ones I like the most and why, and which ones I like, but they're kind of like, whatever. But those are the 9 that I went through last month. Really enjoyed those. And the ones that I'll be doing in the upcoming, I think you'll really enjoy those. So hang out, stay tuned. Let me know what you think of that. Now, for what you came here for. Oh, by the way, this guy, if you're looking for a organizer, these are now the back to school thing at Walmart. I'm going to take the little sticker off because that's obnoxious. I'm just going to use this for my brushes so I can keep them all organized and not in a bunch of cups all over the place. So I'm going to organize that later today. But that's like $2. I'm sure you can get something like that for like at the dollar store too if you wanted to. Yeah, I'm going to have to check out your palette collection videos. I do watch some of those. Sometimes it just like there's so many and then I start getting FOMO. And that leads to me being broke and not being able to eat. No, that's not actually the truth, but anyway. All right, so yeah, check out that little holder there if you need something to hold your brushes in. It actually worked really well too because I had it in the car and then I got a couple of juices and I put those in there, and it actually makes a really good drink carrier too. So if you need a drink carrier, our van has like a really kind of janky drink carrier where if you push it down too much, it like folds down, and it's like supposed to do that for some reason, or I don't know. It seems like it's made that way, but it's an old van, so. And it's really annoying because then if you hit it, it'll like go all the way down and everything spills out. Like, or if you have 3 drinks, like sometimes I have this, like this morning, I had my water / vitamin water. And then I ordered a coffee, and then my husband ordered Coke. And I'm like, now what are we going to do? Anyway, 3 videos. I know that's the problem. Then you have 3 videos, and then I'm like, now that's 3 videos worth of FOMO. I don't want to deal with 3 videos worth of FOMO. Anyway, I think this is such a beautiful design. You guys have seen this. I know you've seen this. This is nothing new for you. So the Sydney Grace Temptalia. And as I was saying, the way they fit together is so pretty. And she's got her doggy on there. It's like Rainbow. Like Rainbow over there. Rainbow's looking at me saying, Mommy, why are you saying my name? Yeah, so as far as color, I love color, but I'm learning that pastels are not really for me. I love pastels. I love the way they look. They just aren't going to work on me as well because I have dark features. I have a medium sort of Caucasian skin. And it's not light enough, but then it's also not dark enough. It's not light enough to let them really show, and it's not dark enough to make them pop. So they just kind of get lost on my skin. So yeah, I want to love them, but I just can't. All right, I'm going to show these to you guys. So the name is on the back here. So this quintessence. Yeah, quintessence. There we go. I'm not going to swatch these because you can see 150,000 videos of these being swatched. But I have been kind of scooting through these. I got the dark ones, or the deep ones, because she did a light and a deep. I got the deep because I didn't like the super light neutrals. It's basically just neutrals that were either light or dark. I have so many light neutrals anyhow because every palette has like a bone colored neutrals. You know, some of the ones that I'm like, well, they didn't need those ones. I don't need more of that stuff. So I was actually really glad to have the darker ones. Look at these colors. Look at these colors. This gray, I am like going nuts for colors like this. I think they're so incredibly beautiful. So I'm thinking possibly on Wednesday of doing a 2 looks thing, because that's what I've been doing on my Wednesday lives. That's this one here. I put it between the 2 other swatches. But this gray is just so gorgeous. And then with any of these others, just kind of blown out. Really beautiful. I did a look. I think I have a video or a picture. Maybe I'll put it in my stories or something that I just did. I like did a look on each eye. It was it was late at night. I had just taken my makeup off, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna do another look, and then I took that off. But I mixed it with this. Sorry, this Interstellar. This is like this deep teal green. Oh, and then I don't remember which shimmer I put in there. Oh, I think it was one of these like taupey. Either this one or this one. This is more of a pink taupey, and this is more of a true taupey. They're so pretty. Look at that teal. I mean, this is so I would have to say, okay, I love Juvia's Place. I really love Juvia's Place. I think they're less consistent in some ways than the LA Girl. And I know it seems really bizarre to be comparing LA Girl, but let me tell you, they are really that good. They are not as popular right now because they are LA Girl and they're a drugstore brand, but they are really that good. So they're fantastic. Their quality cannot be beat. I don't think their color stories take as much risk. And I think that's the reason that they're not as loved as something like this. They do have one palette that's like this, and that's their main stage from LA Girl, but that's really bright and colorful. Other than that, everything is pretty safe with it. They pop into color and then they pop back into neutrals. But I think that, I mean, LA Girl is just so easy to use, so like fuss-free, but spectacular the way they perform. Kind of the way these are, but these are just extra special. I mean, I can't even get over this. This is just, woo. All right, so that this one is the On the Horizon. This is the one that so many people talk about. I know it's the one with the dog, and I think it's because of these greens. You know, I know greens are super, super popular now. So this Desert Spoon and Earthbound, and then Flying High is like a bluish, silvery sort of color. Really gorgeous. Calming Presence is this fantastic navy shimmer. Look at that. Oh, man. I'm going to swatch a couple of these because I can. Because you can't make me not do it. I'm going to do this matte green. So that's what those look like. Look at those. So these basically are really, really similar to the kind of reflection you get from the LA Girl, but they're just, there's a refinement about these. Where the LA Girl is a little more chunky, but also it's a $15 palette as opposed to a $40 palette. So, you know, but the colors there, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So pretty. So I will be really excited about this. I do think it's interesting because I looked at this and a lot of people were like, it seems like the same palette, just done a lot of times. And I think it's because they had all 6 palettes out there and that made it confusing. There are some similarities, but they are really distinct color stories. Like this is a very jewel toned palette. You know, you have these really bright, deep jewel tones, and then you have the grayish, the kind of the cool tone grayish and taupey. And so they have these taupes, the gray, another taupey-ish, pinkish, a black, and then this one teal. Those are your neutrals or your yeah. And then actually this one here is kind of almost a brownish, taupish, grayish. I don't know. Anyway, so and then this one is much more like light. Even though they're all still kind of dark and have that density to them, but it's, to me, this is more springy, or something. I don't think I can call it spring necessarily, but then you've got certain ones like that pink. I mean, where do you put, I guess winter maybe? It's just, it's such a unique color. So pretty. It's just such a gorgeous, anyway. Yeah. And then the last one, and this is probably the brightest one out of them. This would be the most summery, maybe springy, but this is these bright blues and this kind of yellow gold and then these pink orangey colors over here. I'm going to swatch. My fingers are getting a little dirty because I don't have a wet wipe. I have a dry wipe that I'm wiping it with, which is my own bad, but you know, hey. I'm going to go into Unstoppable Love. So this is Dearest Constant, which is this like terracotta sort of color. And this is Unstoppable Love. I guess I may as well just do the, excuse me, the mattes. There are only 3 mattes in here, and they are all colorful. Excuse me, pink and gray for fall. Pink and gray for winter. Yeah, pink and gray for spring. Pink and gray for any time, right? All right, stop coughing, Priscilla. So yeah, do I have an extra empty place on my skin? Thanks for enduring my coughing. So those are the 3 mattes. So this one is definitely more colorful of the ones. Let me swatch 4 of the shimmers. So there's a pink, a taupe, that gold, and a blue. So you can see those are just really, really reflective and whatnot. Anyway, I'm coughing up a storm. I need to drink some tea and give my voice a rest. So, but I think that was informative and fun. Do you guys have these palettes? What do you think? What are your favorite looks? What do you want to see me do? I would probably do a vote on it for Wednesday, and then I'm going to do like a 2 looks. I will probably use one of these palettes and do 2 looks for Wednesday and do it live. That's what I did the last couple of Wednesdays, and people seem to like it. So yeah, just do a live and do a look on each eye. And I might, well, no, I'm not going to start with it because I'll have a different palette that I'll be working on. So I'll just take that off before or during. I did it during last time. If you want to see like my get unready with me and how I use the oils on my skin to really help keep clear skin and basically look pretty decent at 45, definitely, yeah, you know, that'd be fun to do a collaboration. I'm all about that sort of thing. So when I can, my schedule's a little bit crazy. It's going to get a little bit more crazy because my university classes are starting up. But you know, when I'm not teaching, then I can be doing other fun stuff like playing with color and covering myself with stains of makeup. So my husband thinks I'm a little crazy, but I'm cute, so it's okay. That's all that matters. And my dog's cute, and she loves me no matter what. So, all right, thank you so much for watching, guys. It was great talking to you, great hanging out with you, and let me know which ones of these you want me to see me do 2 looks with, or which one of these you want me to do. I could do like 1 on each eye. I like to keep to a palette. I don't like to mix them up necessarily because I think most people have one palette or another. Only certain crazy ones like us went and, you know, got the 3 of them. But yeah. Anyway, let me know which one of those Sydney Grace Temptalia palettes you'd like to see like 2 looks, 1 on each eye on Wednesday. I will see you Wednesday. It's usually 8 or 9, depends on scheduling here. But stay tuned and you'll know when I'm up. And if you don't catch me live, you can always go back and watch it. That's what a lot of people are doing. Look at my dirty hands from all those swatches. Anyway, I will see you in the next one, Wednesday, 8 or 9-ish Central Standard Time. And if you are willing to sit around and take the time to comment and like and share and subscribe, or go to my YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, go to my IG and kind of follow me on both places. I'm trying to grow both of them, so that would be great. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.